Hello and good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. I want to speak up on this breaking story. It's really not breaking. It's been in the process for a while. Student visas, foreign student visas are being revoked because of their demonstrations in the Palestinian rallies and destruction in our colleges. And many of these students have supported Hamas, destroying public property, and Donald Trump and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, said that's enough. The DOJ, everybody's involved, and now they're beginning the process of getting rid of these troublesome students. These people in the United States of America thinking they can come here and do what they want and cause all kind of trouble here, be lawless, trampling on the rights of the Israeli students, disrespecting our flag, disrespecting our community. And now Trump and the State Department says enough is enough. So let's go to video. I'll let you see this video and I'll comment further. This is from Fox News in Dallas. So let's go to that.
And it's happening across Texas, including North Texas. Students are being affected at UT Dallas, UNT, Texas A&M, and UT Austin. There hasn't been a clear explanation why the visas are being revoked.
No
the
explanation.
Administration has been digging into the social media of people applying for them.
God.
Fox 4's Casey Stiegel, live with what we know so far. Casey.
Yes, Steve, Heather, good evening. UT Dallas officials confirmed to Fox 4 today that 19 of its students have had their immigration status terminated. So you can add the University of Texas at Dallas to a growing list of colleges around the state of Texas and around the country, for that matter, that are seeing similar actions. Last May, the University of Texas at Dallas was at the center of a national firestorm when students rallied in support of Palestine, setting up an encampment on campus, calling for the school to divest from corporations involved in supplying Israel with weapons used against Gaza. Police ultimately intervened and arrested at least 21 people. At least 9 were disciplined by the university. Fast forward to 2025.
We've heard from the Secretary of State that they are specifically looking at students who either publicly participated in campus protests or spoke out in support of organizations such as Hamas, which are known terrorist organization. They are taking action to revoke those student visas.
While UTD leaders would not specify whether the 19 students who had their visas revoked were part of the demonstrations last May, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has vowed in recent weeks to terminate visas of international students and others who participate in activities that counter U.S. national interests or those who've broken the law.
We started hearing about broader student visa revocations that seem to be because of what the State Department is saying criminal activity. But what we've heard from some students is they're not sure what the criminal activity is that might be being referred to.
That's amazing. They don't know what criminal activity they're referring to. How about locking down Colombia? How about locking people in closets? How about breaking windows? How about setting fires? How about making it impossible for the children, many of the Israeli students, to go to class? How about encircling them, specifically last year, encircling some of the students in the library and threatening their lives? Really? How about supporting terrorists, that the Hamas terrorists that represent Palestine? Are these people serious? See, these leftists are always coming with a view that's totally contrary to what's actually right. They know what laws they broke. They know when they signed up for their visa that they were supposed to walk lockstep with the laws and rules of this nation, but they chose not to, and their visas are being rejected, and they're being deported. So hey, par for the course. You wanted to support Palestine, you want to support Hamas, and now this is the price you pay for your support.
And perhaps they might be minor things like a speeding ticket.
Yeah, a
At the
speeding
University
ticket.
of North Texas in Denton, campus officials confirmed late Wednesday that 27 students have had their visas revoked. 19 are graduate students. Meantime, Texas A&M confirmed to us 15 of its students have been impacted, and the University of Texas San Antonio says 2 current and 2 former students have been too. None of the universities have told us whether they know why the student visas are being revoked. The American Council on Education has sent a letter to the federal government seeking clarification on the policy.
And we're asking for more information so we can understand how broadly is this being applied and what is triggering these actions from the Department of State and from the Department of Homeland Security.
So we've reached out to other here in North Texas like SMU, TCU, UT Arlington to see if they too have had similar experiences, but no one at those institutions to us. Steve?
Amazing. This young lady said they want to know what's triggering this. Why all of a sudden are they deciding to start rejecting the visas of foreign students? They don't know what they did wrong. They didn't tear up any public property. They didn't threaten police officers. They didn't disobey the law. They didn't lie on their visa applications. Of course they did. They're supporting terrorists. They're supporting Hamas. They're vociferously saying to hell with America and supporting terrorists. And now your actions are costing you. Now unfortunately, many Americans, young Americans, don't understand what they're involved with. These are killers. Not all Palestinians, but many of these people are killers. And they want to see this country destroyed. And we have to stand against the insurgents of the Muslim far left that want to destroy this country. This is Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. You like this video? Give me a thumbs up. Either way, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Have a blessed day.